I'm back to it today. Not much to show you other than it's going. I've got, started over there at the wheat. I don't know how far I am, but this stuff was planted the earliest of what I'm replanting, and so overall it's better, which also kind of makes it harder because in some spots, like right here, it's pretty well, there's nothing, but some spots, and it's kind of getting that way, the stand is thin. It's there, but it's thin, and so that's where I've got to make the decision on, is it worth keeping what's there and hoping it's already ahead and it'll be able to make more than what I'm putting in the ground, which is going to kill some. The other challenge here is, and I don't know if you can see it, but this is the field where I had the heck of the time with the shift track guidance lines being off, and so I remember that's when I had on one pass I was 5 inches to the right, and then by the time I ended I was 4 inches to the left. 9 inches of variance on one track. So I'm replanting into that. I thought it was going to be cultivating was going to be my biggest challenge. Now it's replanting, and then after that it'll be cultivating and stripping, because sometimes when I plant now I'm right on the row and I'm going right where the cotton was or really close to it. On some I am putting it next to it, maybe a couple inches next to it, so that's going to be interesting. What's that going to look like? Well, that's probably going to make a mess when I'm stripping, because the stripper opening is just somewhere in here, and those anyways, it could be interesting. So that'll be something we won't know until a few months from now, but once I get a little further north is when the day where I started and stopped the next day, and I'm thinking that'll be a clear-cut decision on. It'll be like right now I have a weak stand. Like here, it's getting better, but it's kind of weak and water stood. In a minute, there won't be anything, and so that'll be easier for me to decide plant or no plant. So up and down the field. Should not have. Let's see how bad it is. Went to that mud area, which mud is fine as long as the wheels keep rolling. Mud is not fine if it locks it down like this one. So hope that's the only one. Okay. Maybe just the one. See, I started digging. Well, fun times. Here we go. I may have gotten lucky. So the mud gets all caked up inside of here. So dig that out. And then what normally happens is that if you don't catch it, it'll rub this cap, this rubber cap off, and then mud will get inside the disc. But this is turning. So I think I got, knock on wood, dare I say, lucky with that maneuver. Hopefully I can get through the rest of it. There's a spot I won't, I know, but I'm hoping that and the one I had at the beginning are all I have left to come back for. I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see, but I almost made it. It was so close to making it, but that was not bad. Here's a good example showing you more of this, how off-centered it. That's where I'm planting right there. That's where I planted, obviously, last time, so this could be interesting. All right, back up just a hair. And my gauge wheel. The wheels between those two planters and those two planters, those are the drive wheels. And if they don't engage, then you're not putting any seed in the ground, and they were not engaged. So I was not putting any seed in the ground. So sometimes I just stop and make sure it turns like that. And also make sure that wheel that I just worked on turns. And it appears that we are in business. So, not too bad. I just finished at Graceland and going to do just a little bit of my farm that I noticed this morning. And so this is the road. This is why I can't get to the farm. And it is a river. This is all silt. And luckily, people made the right decision and didn't try to go down here while it was wet. Otherwise, you would for sure get stuck on this. But we just get so much water just running out of the field, breaking these, just breaking out. There's a really big one up here the boys always like playing in, which is good for them, not for me. Sorry, I'm watching this power line. It's closer than I'd like. Probably not as close as it looks, but here's this, no, maybe this isn't even the biggest one. Nope. There's worse. The biggest one's coming up here. So, anyways, glad to get that farm done, and on to, I was able to get all but 2 spots. Just the one there by the road, and one in the middle that right before I started. So, there's that one. Yep. Just, so some of this dirt in the road is mine. I paid for it, and I just donated it to the county. You're welcome, guys. Alright, I need to pay attention. I'm going to do way on the other side, across there, and there's some short roads here on the end I may look at if I don't want to do a bunch of turning around. Okay, I'm going to try a little bit of this. The pigs. So, cotton stand is really good here. This just a matter of a day earlier planting in a field that doesn't hold water and terraces, but kind of this section right in here, there's no cotton, and you can see some remnants of some pig damage. I'm sure there is some grasshopper coming from this pasture right behind me, but I'm just going to do a little bit of this because it's not much, but it's going to take a lot of turning. We'll see. This is not super imperative that I get it, but it's here, and it's, if we can get something growing here, better than nothing. And then I'll go over there, and the hole through next to the fence over there, and I'm thinking that's probably grasshoppers mostly, but also some pigs. I'll get that, and then I'll be done. I'd ask Dad to go check at his house in the waterway. It's going to be real silty and soft, and it may not hold me up. I may just almost get stuck in that, so it may not be worth it, but that'd be the rest of it that I could do, and then just waiting for it to dry. It'll dry a lot today and tomorrow, but then the rain's possibly coming tomorrow. I don't know, but I'll do what I can and just wait for it to dry. Well, I just did that, less than an acre. I don't know, I didn't do all of it. There's a little bit more I could do, but it's kind of nitpicky at this point now. But it's like 2/3 of an acre. Was it worth it? I don't know. If that land could make a bale to land, which would be awesome, which this land can if we have the right conditions. Say I got 80 cents for that bale of cotton. That's 500 pounds. It'd be a little over $400. But it's not a full acre, so maybe $300 worth of cotton would come off of this little section, and I bet what I spend on seed and time, like almost nothing. So hey, if it was worth my 5 minutes to earn $300, I'd say that's probably a good rate of return. All right, so very clearly there's, one second, hogs after the rain, and so I'm assuming hogs before the rain. Why there's really not much come up. There are some stalks without a leaf, and that would be grasshoppers coming from over there, which I'm not surprised by. But yeah, I thought it's worth coming in here and just putting some more seed in here, because it's just, there's nothing here. So that's what I'm doing, putting seed here. Well, I decided to come to my parents' house in this waterway and patch in a little bit. Basically, this entire cutoff row was gone. That was hogs. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of water has been running through here. There's some of it, and it just cuts across here into our waterway. So this was all just like super silty sand, and the cotton this direction from it has been kind of burned. So kind of wind's blowing right there. Last 2 days the wind, I imagine that's what it came from, but so there's some cotton there, and I'm hoping that it would make its way, grow out of that kind of burn. But even in this silty spot, there's some cotton there. But to rough up that ground, I'm going to go ahead and run the planter through that section. I'm not doing all of this, but some of it here, and then I'll do a little bit more up the hill, kind of for the same reason. There's just so much water kind of come in, and the hogs also have been a problem. So just, man, a ton of water. We are getting rain in buckets, like no half-inch rains, hardly. It is, when we get them, they're coming hard and fast and running off. So man, I'm thankful this was planted before and came up, because it's got a really good stand. Kind of beat up from all that, but I don't know, what can you do? The other thing in here is all this Johnson grass. I had Emily and Denton come and spot spray all of that, and it's still green. They'll be glad to hear that, because that was a big chore for them, and I thought, well, maybe it would knock it back, and then when I come and spray the whole field, maybe that would finish it off if it wasn't dead. Well, I'm not sure if it didn't do more than what it's doing on that. Resistant Johnson grass, maybe the toughest of all the resistant grasses we have, so it seems like. So if anybody's got any solutions, I'm all ears. I've done what I can do. I'm tired of turning around, raising up. Hopefully it's worth it. Sand was kind of blowing at my parents' house, so that's that waterway. I'm hoping what I did patching in, maybe we'll fix that. And the wind's supposed to be a lot lighter the next couple days, so see this cotton to jump up out of the ground a little more and be able to handle some of these perils. And it's kind of finicky, seems like, to start, but that's just part of it. Farming is trying. So doing my best, put it in the ground, trust the Lord, make wise decisions. I'm just cleaning out this vacuum tube, and then I probably am going to go get some diesel, because I'm out basically, and I'll get the seat off my truck, and when I do that, I'll get the diesel, bring it back, and then I'll drop the diesel trailer back off, and then I'll go home. Done what I'm gonna do today. I'm going home at a normal-ish hour, and tomorrow morning I'm going to spray the weeds around the barn with a four-wheeler because they're pretty bad. We've had lots of rain, so I'm gonna try to get that knocked out when it's cool in the morning, and then I'll take the four-wheeler and check a look at the farms and see if anything's dried out, and then hopefully I can get the planting done tomorrow. I'm hoping that in the morning it's good to go after I finish spraying with a four-wheeler, and I can be done. If not, maybe by the afternoon. We'll see. Otherwise, then I gotta get the sprayer serviced and ready, and everything probably is going to need a good spray and try to get the weeds cleaned up. Nothing's too bad. This year, we're behind the barn. It got a rain on it like 30 minutes after I finished spraying the perimeter, and I think that's what's causing some of these weed escapes there that aren't hurting as bad. So anyways, I'm hoping that I just got to check the weather. If we get some rain, then I wouldn't want to spray until after the rain. If we don't get the rain, then I'll be ready to rock and roll and get the spraying all knocked out on cotton ground. The wheat ground is still pretty clean. I don't know, I'm not complaining, but there's not a bunch of grass that's come up underneath, so I'll take that. That'll give me some time to not have to spray for a little while. So looks like still some black spots here at Grandma's, but not much. They've dried out quite a bit, so maybe tomorrow afternoon. So I'll let you know what happens in the morning. Thanks for watching. If you're gonna farm it.